Finally, there might be hope for people suffering with diabetes mellitus. The Chinese have done a significant new medical breakthrough by treating and completely curing a patient with type 1 diabetes mellitus. Now, diabetes, we know, is a multi-system disorder in which there is hyperglycemia, that is increased levels of blood glucose due to either a total lack of insulin or due to insulin resistance or decreased secretion of insulin. Now, this insulin is secreted by the beta cells of the pancreatic islets, the islets of Langerhans. They are the endocrine islets in the pancreas, which have got nearly 4 types of cells. One out of those are the beta cells, which are responsible for the secretion of insulin. So when this insulin is absent, the blood glucose, the blood sugars that we take in the form of different types of foods, they cannot be taken up by the cells to utilize for energy. Instead, they keep roaming about in the blood, increasing the blood sugar level, and wherever that blood is going, these increased sugars then get deposited in those organs and cause the disease in all organs all over the body. So the Chinese, they have come up with a significant new groundbreaking technique to treat this diabetes mellitus, and they have completely cured a patient of type 1 diabetes. Within 11 weeks of the therapy given to that patient, he started secreting his own insulin, the pancreatic function was restored, and within the next year, the person was tapered off even from the oral hypoglycemics, as the pancreatic function was totally restored and he was totally cured of diabetes. So what exactly is that treatment that they did? I'm Dr. Marium Ateeq, and we are going to talk about that. The Chinese use the stem cell regeneration process. Now, what are the stem cells? They are the master cells of the body. They are the undifferentiated cells which have the capability to differentiate into specific types of cells as and when required. They can change into skin cells, into blood cells, include the pancreatic islet cells, into the cardiac cells, into the muscle cells, and so many more, depending on the stimulus that they are getting. And these cells are therefore a part of the repair system of the body and a part of fertilization and the production of a new human being. Without these cells, this is totally not possible. So these stem cells, they are majorly the embryonic cells. They are present in the embryonic stage of life when the fertilization takes place and a ball of cells is formed, which then starts differentiating into the different types of cells, and they form the entire human being. Then there are the non-embryonic or the adult cells, which are mainly responsible for repairs all over the body. So these cells, these adult stem cells, they are present in all the organs of the body in very little quantities to help in repair as and when required. So the Chinese, they took these specific hemopoietic blood cells, the stem cells present in the blood, and they treated them through a process and converted them into seed cells. These seed cells then grew up into the pancreatic islet cells in the tissue outside in the laboratory, and this cell mass, which was then functioning as the beta cells of the pancreas, was transplanted into the patient. Then within 11 weeks, the patient who was dependent on external insulin injections, he did not require them anymore because these cells were functioning as the beta cells, producing all the insulin that was required. This process was done in July 2021, and within 11 weeks, no more external insulin was required, and later on for the next whole year, the person was monitored, and even the oral hypoglycemic tablets, the tablets that reduce the blood sugar level in case of diabetes, these were also tapered off, and finally he needed no more tablets. So this is a groundbreaking theory which has become reality, and a person has actually been cured. And this is all because of the new field of science, that is regenerative stem cell therapy, which was already being used in many other different fields in medicine, but this time it has finally cured a patient of diabetes. This is a very heartwarming news because there are so many diabetics all over the world. At present, around 550 million people are already suffering with diabetes worldwide, and especially in China. They have the largest number of diabetic population in the whole world. There are about 140 million people who are suffering with diabetes, and out of those, around 40 million require external insulin injections. So it is a very good news, and soon, inshallah, this mode of treatment will become more common, and people will finally be getting the cure of diabetes. In the meanwhile, we have to take care, we have to adopt a healthy lifestyle, we have to control our weight gain, we have to quit smoking, we have to quit alcohol intake, avoid alcohol altogether, and we have to try to stay healthy and defeat the diabetic cells before they form the full disease, in case you have a genetic predisposition. So take care, share the information, and stay healthy. Thank you and Assalam alaikum.